All right, when I started the last one, I said I'd do these two. Let's finish this one. I don't know if I'll do any more today. So if the background changes, it means it's another day. Let's see. Actually, this thing doesn't move behind me. Number 11. The incorporation of opposites creates usable efforts. Walls have doors, containers are hollow, and success requires expense. This is cool. Yin and Yang, giving and taking, and things flowing and spinning. Here we go. Again, number 11 of the Tao of Tai Ching. The incorporation of opposites, incorporating, it means utilizing them, creates usable efforts. Yeah, magnetism, machines. Walls have doors. Containers are hollow. Yin and Yang here. And success requires expense. Always at least in time and effort, which has a value in money. Okay, so here we go. I'm not going to probably talk much, okay, because there's too much to talk about. And like I said, I'd have to hit this with different angles depending on which business of mine we're talking about. But here we go. What opposites within you are utilized for your efficiency? What opposites within you are utilized for your efficiency? What opposites of others are utilized for your work? What opposites of others are utilized for your work? Now, maybe, I don't know if you got that. Let's see. What opposites of others? Other people have opposites too. Remember, they have a yin and a yang, and a happy and a sad. And so sometimes if you can play one, offer a carrot to make the other one, you can kind of like get them to, the horse to move, from the carrot. Anyway. What persons that are opposite of you do you harmonize with, and why? That are opposite of you. You think you're like way different, but you harmonize with them, and why? I'm not saying you're get the right answer, but give it a try. How are opposites used in your career? How are opposites used in your career? Think you have a bunch of answers. I don't know if I want to misguide you. You might be inspired to come up with something interesting. So try to say as little as possible. How do you treat persons that you don't like? How do you treat persons that you don't like? How do you control those aspects of yourself that slow you down? Ooh. How do you control those aspects of yourself that slow you down? How do you utilize the night as opposed to the daytime? How do you use the nighttime as opposed to the daytime? How do you utilize Yin-Yang energies in your Tai Chi Chuan practice? That's kind of cool. That's a lot of fun. How do you utilize Yin-Yang energies in your Tai Chi practice? Well, you wouldn't know that, but a lot of it's Yin and Yang. It's, in fact, as I was explaining in yesterday's class, I was talking, or what class was it? Maybe it was today's class. It was this morning. I was explaining how this is the only kung fu that I know that you can use with breathing. In other words, you can do the whole thing. Inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, exhale. See? And so they're kind of yin and yang. See? Inhale, that's a yin, and then yang. Exhale, so that's it. So these are positive, negatives in the Tai Chi form. Okay, here we go. How can opposites be more useful in your career? How can opposites be more useful in your career? How can opposites be more useful in your home life? These are cool questions. How can opposites be more useful in your home life? That can also be turning light switches on and off, couldn't it? How can opposites be more useful in your love life? How can opposites be more useful in your love life? How can your emotions be better controlled by reversing them? Obviously, that's not a good one for me. Well, actually, it shouldn't make that much difference. I told you I'm kind of keep my polarity near the zero anyway. So if you reverse them, it doesn't make that big a difference. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to talk, was I? Here we go. So the question was, how can your emotions be better controlled by reversing them? How easily can you change your emotions? How easily can you change your emotions? How quickly can you stop being mad? How quickly can you stop being mad? How quickly can you stop being sad? And I will say something there. Back in the 80s, because I was thinking about this over the last few days, because I lost my best friend on Friday, and it's been really sad. I shed some tears. But I didn't sob, and that's what I was kind of realizing today. During the last my mourning period, still not really over. May never be over. It's just real loss of a good friend. But anyway, there is something that I still am sensitized. When I was in the 80s, I had a lot of emotional breakups. Well, I remember, I can't go into details. I had lots of girlfriends, lots of breakups, lots of emotions, lots of relationships, lots of falling in love, lots of falling out of love. And somewhere in that mix, and I can't really have no specific memories, I can remember being sad a couple of times in my life. Actually, I may be going back even farther when I was a teenager. But anyway, I can remember at some point, or a couple points, maybe 2, 3 at the most, when I was sobbing so much that I could tell that the crying was making the crying more powerful. The sadder I got, the sadder I got. And it was like, whoa, this is... In fact, I remember in the 80s, in the mid-80s, I developed a hypothesis when I was in UCLA. It had something to do like with ions in the universe, and that it's a like attracts like. In other words, if you get that negative energy going, there's things are just there and they like cling to you and they make it feel like you're weighed down and they're sticking to you. Other people might say they were ghosts and spirits or whatever, but the point is that it attracts more. It doesn't make you feel better. In other words, you feel like you want to get that sadness out, but you start to realize that, hey, it's starting to generate itself and I can't control it. It's like, what the heck's going on here? This is not what you don't want to do it. It's pointless to do something that's self-destructive. And it is what it is. It's like a feedback loop. So anyway, sorry, I told you I wasn't going to talk, but I thought that was kind of interesting because I was noticing that doing all this sadness that I have felt, I didn't get close to getting to that desperate loss. I mean, close. I did get to that point where I could have gone further, at least once. I got really sad, just hit me. I just let it hit me. I thought, okay, I'm fortunately alone. So I allowed myself to be sad for a minute and let it go. That was it. That was the worst one. I let it happen. But I didn't just well on it and go, yeah, and just kind of agree with it. I just let it happen. It was kind of like a burp. I didn't want to keep burping. I just let it out. Here we go. I wasn't going to talk, remember? How easily can you change your emotions? How quickly can you stop being sad? That was the question. How quickly can you stop being sad? How much time of each day are you having, and in capital letters, fun? F-U-N, fun. How much time of each day are you having fun? Look at the smile on my face. I'm having fun right now, to be honest with you. This is fun to me. Last question. What inhibits your having fun? For me, it's been a house, not having an iPhone, not having a computer, not having a place for bear. That's what's inhibited my having fun. I'm having a lot of fun now. But I always have fun no matter what. It's nice to be happy. If I have more money, I can even have more fun. I'd like to expand our funness and buy him some more food.